This is April Schulthies, using the computer to generate this message. I am a victim of genocide. Let me explain what genocide is. Native Americans suffered a genocide, a ruthless, horrible genocide. God remembers, and He cares. People may excuse what was done to Native Americans, redefine it, and pretend it didn't happen, but it was genocide. Native Americans are children of God, and they were labeled savages, so they could be wiped out. A label is used against you, then you can be slaughtered. This labeling goes on today, to select individual victims assigned to any group that is being wiped out. Genocide is when predators go after prey to kill them, and they often go after large numbers of victims, and they keep on going, and they kill and keep killing over time. One victim of a hate crime will belong to a group, an assigned group, a group the attacker said he or she belonged to justify the attack. A label will be applied to the victim, and there will be hundreds, thousands, and more deaths connected to this labeling. Therefore, one victim is part of the larger genocide, and a series of early deaths in a family will indicate group genocide. Genocide carried out by a church, a government, a business. War is often used as an excuse for genocide and atrocities. People know that, but genocide goes on daily. You've heard of the mafia, of course. Well, horrendous reports of what the mafia are doing are probably very mild compared to what really goes on. Native Americans suffered a genocide, right on their own lands. It was not war. People called them heathen so they could steal from them, kill them, and destroy them. It was a label. It was genocide, and today the lands are largely unrestored. America has innocent blood on its hands. God is the God of Native Americans, and God will never forget. It was genocide. The United States needs to return everything that was taken, or we are guilty of shedding innocent blood. You can be a victim of genocide without knowing it. God is the God of everyone who wants to obey His righteous laws. You are part of the godly group if you honor the golden rule, and care about God and all of creation. But churches like to control God, and label you as part of them or not part of them. This label can be used to kill you. People are insisting since I am no longer a member of any church, that means I have no group. I love God, not churches. Churches usually want you to follow their rules, and, at best, only give God lip service. So it's true I do not belong to any church. That does not mean churches will leave you alone. It does not mean churches do not kill. Look at history. A lot of killing went on in the name of God, and still does. But I am female, over 50, I'm over 50, there are recorded genocides against people over 50, and they haven't stopped. My employer gets my retirement if I die, and efforts to eliminate me increased right before I reached early retirement age. I'm over 50, it's all a label, and often you cannot control the designation used to label you as easy kill. There are proven genocides against females, going on today in the world, reported in the news. It's just a fact. Don't say it never goes on in the United States. That's absurd. Behind the scenes, people are being designated mundanes or telepaths, slaves or ruling class. Without my knowledge, I was designated slave class. I'm female, and I am not deemed important, or of value, for that reason alone, by many groups, especially religious groups. Yes, religions and whole groups designate you as disposable property if you are female. Yes, they will even admit you are considered property in their traditional laws. They will even say so, right on the internet. The world is run by secret societies, and they are supposed to set slaves free at age 50, under a Jubilee rule. I learned, after attempts to kill me became blatant. This happened under the cover of COVID. Some people have surmised COVID is part of a larger genocide, and I happen to share that opinion, but you come to your own conclusions. Think it over. Native Americans suffered a genocide. It was widespread. I grew up in the Grey Eagle area in California, but no one ever discussed the Native American genocide. In fact, I was told Native Americans were itinerant, and simply didn't like the railroad, so they moved on. Never was I told about the widespread genocide of Native Americans in California, or that the Maidu were the tribe known to have been living in my area, and had suffered all kinds of persecution. Genocide, it's all around us, and impacts us every day. There are really only two kinds of people in the world, the godly, and the ungodly. Which are you? This is April Schulthies. There's a silent genocide going on today, in a world that is run by secret societies, and their secret is hypnosis. They use science of the mind. Native Americans are still a target. So is anyone else deemed the slave class. This goes on largely in secret. If you insist on keeping God's laws, These people will call you vermin and try to get rid of you. They're well supported, and they kill. This is Rome, and Rome is supported by secret societies, and their secret is hypnosis. Rome practices genocide and calls it population control. Rome is responsible for the genocide of Jews, Africans, Muslims, Russians, Irish, Celts, Japanese, Chinese, Aborigines, Vietnamese, Koreans, Hmong, Hawaiians, Eskimos, Native Americans, and more. Mexicans are dying on the border every day. We are still dealing with Rome today. Herod and Rome. Fight back. Use psychic self-defense. Do not have sex. Do not eat meat. Read the Bible. Respect all life. The scriptures say, Abraham was an exemplary leader, devoted to Allah, a monotheist, and was not of the polytheists. Abraham was thankful for Allah's blessings, so Allah chose him, and guided him to a straight path. And we gave him goodness in this world, and in the hereafter he will be among the righteous.